Tell the jury how you became involved in this case.
Well, I received a call from my captain at 2:49 in the morning on January 7th of 2015. The captain informed me that a female had been found with a slit throat and multiple stab wounds and asked detectives to get involved.
What did you do after you got the call?
Contacted two of my detectives immediately, Detective Miller and Detective Dingman, who's now married, but I'll refer to her as Dingman as to keep consistent with the report.
What's her married name?
It's now Klein.
Go ahead.
Anyways, contacted them. They agreed that they're both headed in to help, and due to the severity of the case, I went in as well.
When you say you went in, where did you go?
First went to the police department, gathered equipment, met the two other detectives, and then I went to the hospital.
Once you're at the hospital, what do you do?
Entered the hospital. I remember talking to Sergeant Pickerel to get better idea as to what was all going on. I spoke to the doctor who was on duty that night, and I entered the defendant's exam room.
Once you're in the exam room, what do you do?
At that point, I had just stepped in, took a look who's all in there. The defendant was laying on the bed. There's another individual in there who had given him a ride to the hospital, I was told, by the name of Jeremy Helsted. And a couple of medical people were in there, and Department of Social Services was also in there.
Did you notice any injuries on the defendant?
Yes, I saw cuts to his left thumb and first couple of fingers on his left hand.
Do you know what hand is his dominant hand?
I was wondering that, and without asking, the Department of Social Services asked him to sign a form over to release his children to his sister, and he commented that the handwriting would be sloppy because he's left-handed.
Do you record any conversations you have with the defendant?
I did.
Approximately what time did your first interview take place?
4:26 that morning of the 7th.
What was the majority of the first interview about?
Just getting a story from him, find out what exactly he did that night through his eyes. Where was he, and what he'd been doing.
Is there anything specific that stood out in that first interview to you?
Yes, I'd learned prior to speaking to him about 6 o'clock, shortly after 6 o'clock on the 6th, that PM, that there was an altercation over at Jessica Goebel's residence, that she had called in and reported this fight going on between John Hemminger. And when I brought that up to him, he acknowledged that he knew of this fight, but claimed he had no part in it. He wasn't involved in it. The other thing that stuck out to me was, obviously when he brings up this, that he did have an altercation later in the night with this individual he claimed was Richard Hanley, shortly before 1:53 in the morning, and that's why he ended up in the hospital. He claims he went over to the residence that he thought was unattended by anyone, and while he's in there, he comes across Richard, and they got into a fight.
What was the defendant's demeanor like when you were interviewing him that first time in the hospital?
Whole body was like shivering.
His whole body was shivering?
Yeah.
Was the exam room cold?
No, I felt it was a little bit warm.
While you were talking to the defendant, did he appear intoxicated at all?
No.